and 3. Come on.
You are the only participant in the conference.
And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. The name is Law Nation. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on with it. If one thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We're stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on with it. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours, we're going to talk about Coach Prime Time Deion Sanders. Okay, there should be a little fatigue in this, right? Right. Versus Kellen, more chances, plus more. More and more. More and more. Happy Friday to you all. Come on with it. Yup.
Run from it. Rest of your rhymes all the same.
Come on with it. Shout out to you, JD from DC. Cali Cowboys, Chris Boats, Talk Your Talk Media. Appreciate y'all. Do me a huge favor. Tap that like button. Smash upon the subscribe button if you haven't. And sharing is caring. Come on with it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. No San Fran audio.
What more do you want from me? They can come closer than
Hut. Yeah! Audio straight, baby. Come on with it. What's shaking with ya? Shout out to you, Nick, Steven, Keith, McKee. What's good? Ice Cold Cowboy. What's good? Rowdy in the building. Happy Friday to all of you all, the beautiful people that's watching, the ugly folks that's watching too, and the in-between. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let me know which one you are. All right, so the Cowboys heading into this offseason, we got some traction, baby, and it's one being, where my guy at? Come on, Prime. Where you at? Come on. There you go. Yeah! Come on. All right. So, the No Kellen Moore is trending on Twitter. The No Kellen Moore thing. It is absolutely trending on Twitter. Now, when you have things that are trending, you do have things that there are advocacy for Kellen Moore. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I would rather have Iron Mike McCarthy back, you know what I'm saying, versus a Kellen Moore. And I'm not beating up Kellen Moore. I'm not saying that he's trash. I'm not saying that he is not worth the grain of salt or what have you. But I'm just saying I'm out. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts on this. If it was up to Law Nation, you know, Kellen Moore versus a Deion Primetime Sanders, you know, I would still go with Deion, you know, even if it was like 8 toes down. If they locked up in a room and they got to fight each other, I'm still going to be with Deion. 8 toes and all, I think Deion, if in a fight, he was still, even at his age, in the youth of Kellen Moore, give me somebody like Prime, right? And even if you guys will still have the conversation for the nation that Prime haven't been or hasn't won anything at Jackson State or Colorado, if you were to pick up Kellen Moore and place him at Jackson State, do they win? Damn. If you were to pick up Kellen Moore and put him at Colorado, damn, would they still win? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still in a fight or even in a coaching situation and scenario. I'm going with Prime Time all day, every day, any day, even twice on Sunday, you know. But I get it, you know. At the end of the day, there will be people that will support the Kellen brand and these sorts of things, and I'm not trying to take a dump on him. But I think that even Kellen Moore would choose Deion Sanders over him. At the end of the day, let's be real with it. But there are people that's carrying the water. I don't know if they work for Kellen Moore or they under the mindset that he will be able to establish something as it relates. But I don't even think in the hearts of hearts that Kellen Moore can lead a pack of ants in a picnic, you know what I'm saying, or a barbecue. Where the sandwich at? You know, where the potatoes at? Where the bread? Kellen, can you lead the pack of ants to where they need to go? No. And so I don't think that Kellen Moore is a horrible person, but there are things in life where you can literally say that there are leaders, there are followers, and there are pretenders. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that have been blessed to be given an unbelievable opportunity. But we are still hearing and seeing issues from Kellen Moore that was called out by Dan Orlowski. Should I pull up the clip or that's enough? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if Dan Orlowski is his buddy, is his compatriot, is his cohort, is his guy, and he is still calling out the fact that Kellen Moore need to get more creative with an A.J. Brown, with a Smitty, with a Dallas Goedert, with a Saquon Barkley, with a Lane Johnson, with a Jordan Mailata or Milata, however you call it, you know, how in the world, if you're going to come to a team that don't have two number one wide receivers, two number one left tackle and right tackle, and without a Saquon Barkley and going to get more control, all of a sudden get more creative. Oh, man, I don't know, man.
Dread it. Run from it.
I can't get behind that. I can't lie to kick it to y'all. No. I can't lie to Luke Cage to y'all. You know, I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie to y'all, man. Come on, man. Jeez. All right, so I'm just calling it a spade a spade. Now, I'm not saying, here's the other truths of it. I'm not saying if the Cowboys all of a sudden
Give me my theme music.
hire Kellen Moore, that all will be to be damned. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's a situation. Believe it or not, Kellen Moore versus Robert Saleh at head coaching, you would still need, even if the Cowboys get a Robert, you know, they would still need somebody to call the plays, right? They still need offensive coordinator stuff, right? So I have Kellen Moore more favorable than Robert Saleh. And I know somebody's going to say, yeah, Law, you must be out of your goddamn mind. Nah, hear me out before you make that judgment there. Robert is 20-36. So with that being said, I don't think that the Cowboys are going to break furniture and move stuff around and say, yeah, we're going to hire Robert over their son, Kellen Moore, because it'll be still more of the Wade Phillips thing. Yeah, he'll be still like, if they do those type of things, then it will be a situation and scenario that they groom him more to be the head coach, and it will be more of the backstabbing in the back. So I would prefer, if the Cowboys are going to hire Kellen Moore, look these guys in their eyes and say, hey, I'm Jerry Jones. I'm the end-all, be-all. I'm the one that determines the color of the Gatorade, right? I'm the one that controls the socks and the jocks. I want my grandson to be the coach here. My adopted grandson, Kellen Moore, to be the coach here. And Robert, we got this for you. This would be a great spot for you to be here for 2 to 3 years as the defensive coordinator and coordinate some stuff. I got my other guy that I really want, and his name is Jason Witten. I need for him to be in training, and I want this staff to be assembled this way. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't hold our feet to the fire with this, right? So my thing is, regardless of the situation, I'm going to say this again. So many people go against the grain with all of this when we point out the truth, and the truth shall set you free. This was a clip back in 2018 when Amari Cooper was here. Kellen Moore at the time was the quarterback coach, I believe, or something of that nature. The reason why I'm pulling up this, because a lot of people said, Law, Kellen Moore wasn't the offensive coordinator at this point and at this time. So this video is not valid. And I say very much to you all, bull sugar, because where did Kellen Moore learn from, biblically speaking, there was a point in time in the word where Peter denied Christ 3 times. And when they went to talk to him, they said, hey, you was with him. And he's like, man, I ain't with JC like that. Nah, I don't know who he is. Yes, you are. You even dress like him. No, I don't, man. I don't dress like him. He started taking clothes off. I don't dress like him. And they said, wait a minute. He even talked like him. Yeah, that's him. Get him. Crucify him too. He's like, no, man, that dude, I don't know who y'all talking about. He started cussing and everything. And they were like, man, he even cursed like him. You are going to be a part or a really much close of your disciple, because when you are a disciple of somebody, meaning that you've been around someone, you start to talk like them, you start to walk like them, you start to develop characteristics that put you in the same room as them. So when I finna hit this play button, right, at the time, you got to understand the context of what I'm saying is that Kellen Moore and Scott Linehan is all in the same hand. Come on, baby. And for those who are slow and not understanding, listen properly.
Prescott throws. Cooper makes the play. Might go. First play from scrimmage. Touchdown, Cooper and Dallas.
Talk to him.
And they had him up in man coverage and pressed on Amari Cooper.
So is that something you had to be patient to set up?
It's interesting because I actually had another stop route on that play, and they were, if you was watching, they were like really sitting on those stop routes, man. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So when I broke the huddle, I was kind of mad, and I was like, Dak, come on, again? He was like, just run it, bro. And then I guess he thought about it again, and he kind of signaled a go route, and I was elated when he did that. I took off, caught the ball, and scored.
Yeah, he said he was elated that they did. Now, this is one incident, right? Nah, there's multitudes of incidents like this, and it carried on. What I'm saying is basically, it's more of the same if we keep more here. I'm old enough to remember just a few weeks ago that we heard Dan Orlowski. I don't feel like pulling up. I don't want to hear Dan Orlowski's scratchy voice. Screech! I don't want to hear it. But he was saying basically that the Green Bay Packers DBs were sitting on all of the routes, and the average yards of separation is less than a yard. It's less than a yard. It's less than a few inches with AJ, with Smitty, and with Dallas Goedert. And I'm not trying to campaign for those boys to get any better. I want them to keep more for at least 3 to 4 years there. But let's stop acting like all of a sudden that the reason why, And Dan Rogers, I don't know if he related to Aaron, but he states this. He says that the Dallas Cowboys single season record for points scored with Kellen Moore, when points scored came with Kellen Moore when he was there as the play caller. The next season, Mike McCarthy bulked up the scoring a lot and tried to sell us on complimentary football. Two things can be true, by the way. And he says, oh, goodness, aren't these the least interest in seeing Kellen can do without Mike McCarthy getting in his way? He's saying that, hey, basically, he's campaigning and cheerleading and putting on the cape. Man, give Batman back his cape. Batman can't fly without his cape, but he's putting on Batman's cape for Kellen Moore. In other words, look, I hate to put this to Dan Rogers, but I got to and I must put him in the category of a Dan Orlowski. Maybe the Dans, maybe that's what Dans do, but I'm going to put him in the algorithm or in the same boat as a Dan Orlowski. Dan Rogers and Dan Orlowski, the same person. Yeah, come on, Slurp gang, sucking up to Kellen Moore, because that's equivalent. That's equivalent to saying the reason why Saquon Barkley is as good as what he is, and as good as what he's exhibiting, and as good as what he's putting out there is because of Kellen Moore. Come on.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed?
Yo, ain't no way. With a straight face, this brother is going to contribute and put all of the good stuff of what the Eagles are doing under the spotlight of Kellen Moore. Come on, Dan Rogers. So put Slurp gang in. Look. Not just him. Let me stroll all the way up to my brother from another mother, Fish, on the Fish Sport Report. He states here, Kellen Moore, multiple Cowboys people tells me, they telling him that essentially the same phrasing, I meant to say, for Prime is the same phrasing for Kellen Moore. Is the smartest guy in the room, in every room he's in. So I'm going to tell y'all, man, at the end of the day, come on, man.
Shame.
Let me retort. Shame. I said to my guy, my brother, yeah. I said this right here. Woo! Y'all grab on to something, hold something tight. Appreciate y'all so much for jumping in and being part of it. And no disrespect at all to those content creators, Dan Rogers. No disrespect to him. No disrespect to Mike Fisher. No disrespect to none of these boys, right? But look, stop glazing. We're looking for a head coach, not a scientist. And being the smartest person in the room is very subjective. Yes, indeed. It depending on which room you're in. If I'm in a room full of kindergartens, I'll be the smartest person, right? So it's subjective, Write this down. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. No one around the league is talking about, boy, that Kellen Moore, woo, the influence, the creativity of that stop route. Oh my goodness, look at that option route. Oh, is that a Y option, by the way? Nobody is talking about the approach to the game of what Kellen Moore is bringing to the table. Ain't nobody. Look, Law, do you have any research to that? Yeah. Who is out here saying that Kellen Moore is a creative genius?
Nobody, baby.
Hey, who is out here saying that, man, based upon the creativity and the, the competitive edge that Kellen Moore brought to the table, it brought great deal of difficulties. Who is saying that?
Nobody.
Oh, yeah. Also, hey, in the words of everything. I don't believe no one is out here saying, man, we got to make sure that, man, we stay up all night because that damn Kellen Moore, he is bringing in some great deeds of creativity out here. Oh, my goodness, man. We got to stay up a little extra because Kellen Moore, man, his run game, woo!
Nobody, baby.
Nobody is talking about Kellen Moore to that degree. So, I hate to do this to you, my dog, Mike Fisher. You've been in the game for a long time. I hate to put you on the Glaze community, but I will put you in the slurp situation. Yes, indeed. He's slurping all over the Kellen Moore in the same phrase as Deion Sanders. Nah, you can't be that crazy to say those types and kinds of calibers of things. Yeah.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball.
Yeah. Barkley saved Kellen Moore's job. It's the inverse. It's the inverse around.
He ain't lying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. Come on, man. Look, it's clearly the truth, you know. Yeah. Reginald says, Law, stop fooling yourself. JJ is going to probably hire Kellen Moore over Deion. I get that. I'm not going to dismiss that. You know, that is a possibility of Kellen Moore being the strong candidate. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to tell the truth, right? It's my responsibility to not lie to kick it to y'all, even though in the realities of it, it may not go down quickly and smoothly. The truth is the hardest pill to swallow. JD from DC says, yeah, Law After Dark, laughing out loud, slurp boys, yeah. Yeah, super glazed donut. You know, in reality, regardless of whether or not it's Kellen Moore, Herman Moore, Patrick Moore, more of the Moors, or hell, we can get the Moors here, you know what I'm saying? To taught people how to read and put language together, who conquered the world, the Moors, and gave people true information on even how to wipe their backsides with cloth instead of rocks, right? We can talk about those things on higher conscious levels. But regardless of the situation, the expectation still is the same. Right? The expectation for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl is still here when we had Shane Gailey. Still was here when we had Dave Campo. The expectation was to win the Super Bowl with Bill Parcells and Wade Phillips, and as well as we had Jason Garrett for 13 seasons collectively. The expectations still would be that the Cowboys must win the Super Bowl. Finally, someone who is not a Kellen Moore apologist. This is from my guy, Byron Joe David. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. So at the end of the day, yeah. Don Weaver. Yeah. In the Middle Eastern time, or the old age of the time before they knew, when the medieval time, I meant to say. They use rocks to wipe their backsides. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. So at the end of the day, it's deep, baby. That's why they used to wash themselves once a year. Yeah. You take baths once a year. And the Moors had to come and tell them, boy, y'all funking up the spot. You're going to have to take showers and baths to get rid of some of these plagues that you guys are having because y'all unsanitary, you know. But neither here nor there. I don't want to take this show to that parts of being deep with this particular situation. But let's listen to what they had to say.
First of all, we spent a lot of time on this show, and there's been a couple other shows that have mentioned this. The Deion Sanders proponent of the Cowboys coaching search, and that has obviously generated a lot of the headlines and a lot of the focus. Kellen Moore should be at least in that conversation, probably more. I mean, this is someone who is considered to be a top candidate for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not saying the top candidate, just certainly someone to watch and discuss and consider moving forward. it's not just that they know him as, he's been an assistant there. He grew up in the franchise. He was a backup quarterback to Tony Romo, and then got injured, and then somebody named, what's his name? Oh, Dak Prescott. Yes, Dak Prescott took over, and the rest is history. Dak knows him well. They have a great relationship. So, yes, they are going to interview him. That is going to be, I believe, actually within the next 48 hours. But it's not like they really need to interview him. They've seen him up close. They know how he works. They know what kind of coordinator he would be. They believe they know what kind of head coach he is going to be if he gets the opportunity. This certainly is one to keep an eye on, and it makes a lot of sense for all parties on this.
Let me ask y'all this. What have Kellen Moore accomplished over Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn? And we can remove the primetime stuff because, that we can talk about fantasies and all of this stuff, but it's so much red tape and stipulations. But let's look into the candidates that here. What reasons of why you would want a Kellen Moore here, ladies and gentlemen? And I love, shout out to Balls Cowboys Sports, shout out to AOC, shout out to my guy Jay Tuck, shout out to everyone that got this No Kellen Moore trending. You click on that and you will just see tons of things. We don't want Kellen Moore. So what, out of all of the candidates, what did Kellen Moore accomplish to be considered a head coach job for the Cowboys? To a degree, what did Kellen Moore do that's beyond Eric Bieniemy of all folks, right? And he's out there Uber and working for Lyft and stuff, trying to do interviews with folks, right? What did he do to accomplish those things that's beyond, even to a degree, in Eric Bieniemy, right? And boy, Lord, if you're listening, please let the internet be down today and not allow this Kellen Moore virtual interview to take place. For the Cowboys, but not a damn thing. Cowboys Twitter having no more Kellen Moore trending, nothing, this is trending. Now, to the degree somebody said no Kellen Moore, look at that picture there. Shoot, Zeke at center, No Kellen Moore, no explanation that's needed, nothing. And to this point, shout out to my guy Jay Tuck, to this point, I would give the Joneses this one little accomplished deal. Kellen Moore, when he does this interview today for 3 hours, right? He's not thinking about the LA team, right? Yeah. He is not thinking about the fact that they got to play a postseason game. So that could be the only reason why I'm giving the Joneses a little mean ball conversation to the table. Yeah, I do like that fact because now Kellen Moore is preparing for this interview. And to be prepared for an interview, you don't prepare the day of the interview. For those who don't know, you got to prepare the Thursday. The talking to Mama Moore, which is the wife of Kellen Moore, on Wednesday, said, did you know that the Cowboys reached out? And that house that you like in Plano or Little Elms or Prosper, yeah, we could probably go back there. Yeah, so pick out the drapes, baby. Jerry done called me, So that could be a levels of distraction. Not saying that I want distractions to be a cause of a reason why the Eagles don't win this weekend, because y'all already know how I feel. Montisha, take it away. Come on, baby. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Moore, this is for my guy, my brother from another mother. Moore is one-trick pony. A good run scheme is harder to defend than a good passing scheme. if you have a good run scheme, passing become easy. This is from Glenn Capers for the $4.99 for your mind. Yes, you are right. You are 1,000,000% right. If you got a good, we seen that with the 49ers. They got a good run scheme when everybody is healthy. Made Brock Purdy look good, right? To a degree. When Scott Linehan was in his bag in 2016, we had a good running situation from a generationally talented running back by the name of Ezekiel Elliott. Made Dak Prescott Rookie of the Year. I think he had one vote or damn near close to a vote for MVPs. So, yeah. So, shout out to Callie says Montisha. So, I would agree to that, But the creativity with the run game got to be from some shape, form, or fashion. Someone knowing what they're doing. Now, if you follow the Eagles closely, their passing game for this year, for this season, been abysmal, right? Running game increased. Why pass the ball when you can run the ball? But I was hearing that really Kellen Moore don't even call the run plays. Oops, did I say that out loud? But I do like the fact that they are trending on the notion that Kellen Moore shouldn't be considered as the coach here. And that is all brought to you by the community. Now, granted, if he is here, we're going to figure out ways to win the game. We are not going to hate on our own. We're going to figure out ways to win the game with Kellen Moore. We're going to need stout. We're going to need stout defenses, and we're going to need the ability. We're going to need the ability to have run game. We've seen it over there in Eagles land. They got the ability to run the ball. So that means with the 12th pick of the NFL draft, it should be some shape, form, or fashion of running back, or someone that's going to protect the quarterback, or someone that can be able to stop the run, right? Those are your three options. Maybe you can still get Tet if he's there, because you have Kellen Moore and he's going to swing the ball everywhere. But if it's my order of operations, it'll be those things that I just said. Zimmer is going to be the coach. He's the last yes man in the NFL. Is from Tony Simmons. Yeah. Kellen Moore is a leader of Pokemon trading cards. Yeah. And this message is brought to you all by Underdog, one of our presenting sponsors of this show. Feel free to download Underdog. If not, go to underdog.com and go to underdogfantasy.com, by the way, and use promo code LAW. That's law for those who don't know how to spell it or say it, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Claim 50% of your deposit match, and they have structures even with the postseason where you can go higher or lower. And when, for example, for Gibbs, you can go higher than a 0.5 receiving touchdowns and rushing, or 0.5, and then you can go higher or lower with 84.5 yards. So it's simple. You just click on that, go through your analysis, and make your selections. They got a ton of things. They even have past performance evidence so you can use that, so you don't have to click off the app. It's really good, user-friendly. So be sure to download Underdog Fantasy and use my promo code LawNation. Come on with it, baby. Appreciate y'all. Tony Simmons, shout out to you. Mr. Wright, appreciate you for jumping in. And I want to showcase what my guy, Skywalker, I think that he's one of the most analytical Cowboy content creators or football creator in general. And I want to point out he was going back and forth with Bobby Belt. Now, my thoughts on Bobby Belt, I think the world of him. He was one of the first guys that's on 105.3 The Fan about 4 years ago, or 3 to 4 years ago, gave me and a few other content creators shout-outs. Shout out to him. Being able to talk in circles with him is remarkable. I think he does a great job for the community as well. We need fair and balances. We need different opinions. But this is what he said originally. He says Here are Dallas offensive rankings across the NFL in games Kellen Moore and Dak had together between 2019 and 2022. Points per game, 29.7. That's first in the National Football League. Yards per game, 414. That's first in the National Football League. Yards per play, 6.1. That's second. Passing touchdowns, that's 103, not 105, by the way, and that's second in the National Football League. And rushing touchdowns, 62, and is third. And then my guy, Skywalker, from the Skywalker Unleashed show, he got his own numbers and stuff that he want to bring up and he want to put out there, and he gave counterpoints. He says in 2019 versus the Philly, essentially the first division, 9 points, minus 54 rushing yards, right? He's pointing out the playoff games. In 2021 versus Arizona, or big games, with the top seeding on the line late in the season, 22 points, 7 through third quarters, 45 rushing yards. He put a big X there. In 2021, wild card playoff game, home, a negative, he could put 17 points. TP had 4 carries, 6 total touches. In 2022, wild card, 31 points versus Tampa Bay, give him a green check. And then in 2022, divisional round, 12 points, put a big X by it. I doubt that Kellen and Dak can light it up for the most part of it, but I doubt that they can do things to tighten it up. Can he outcoach playoff opponents? If Dak can't overcome that, I just don't know. That's just in his opinion. So, however the acronym JIM is, I don't know the acronyms. These kids are young with it. But I will say this though. I would say this collectively on those points. The Cowboys in the postseason, since 2019, we averaged 6.9 points in the postseason. Abysmal, And, of course, Kellen Moore, when you look at everything, I'm not putting it all on him. And I'm not putting it all on the quarterback. But collectively, you can't dismiss the both. We go into games when we do go into games. And you look into the mirror, not sky mirror. Who do you depend on for us winning the games? That's all I want to know. Are you going to say that we are ultra competitive with creativity? Do you say going into that game that we got the leg up on any situation going into the game based off of the offensive coordinator, that we're going to do something creative, or we're going to figure out a way to pull at least a rabbit out of a hat? We could pull a turnover. We could pull a turnover out of a hat. We sure can do that. Yeah. No Super Bowl on that list, Law. Yeah, TA. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Morales. Appreciate you. Oh, we got a super chat. I missed the super chat. Appreciate you. For Bloody 4, been watching your channel forever. I put you up there with Vach, Lombardi, Attack on Cowboys. Yeah. And Skywalker for news. Y'all are definitely goated. Keep doing you, bro. God bless. Shout out to you, Bloody 4. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and adulations and your support. And salute to those group of guys that you put me in the same rooms with. I really appreciate that. Shout out to all of those guys that you just mentioned. And thank you for your support. It goes unwavering here. Prime or Gruden? This is from John Mason. I think you have a stronger chance of getting John Gruden over Prime right now, though, to be real, to be real with it, you have a stronger chance, But since the subject matter is of Deion, let's talk about the influence factor And let's talk about what Nate Newton said on 105.3.
Nate Newton joining us here, 105 through the Fan. You said that you thought that he would be fine and do well at the NFL level. What is what he does that gives you that idea?
He know how to talk to people. He shoot people straight. He gives good answers.
Let me just pull it
Nate
up.
Newton joining us here, 105 through the Fan. You thought gives you that idea.
He know how to talk to people. He shoot people straight. He gives good answers. I've been around him when he was talk to the kids at Colorado, which I know is different in the pros. In the pros, you have a salary cap. In the college, you have a portal. You can't. This is not the portal. The thing that he will have to understand is you coming into a core of players that you cannot touch, which is Dak, which is
Lamb,
the kid Lamb, and the other kid we finna sign for about $40 million, number 11. So so those are core guys that you have to come in and build some type of relationship with, which I think Deion can build those type of relationships. He know how to talk to men. He know how to lead men. But the thing is, now you got 20% or 30% of your cap tied up in guys. You see a guy that you need, and if it don't fit up under the cap, that can be where to snag at. But not being able to build your team how you want it to be built.
I get all of the sentiments that my guy Nate Newton is having, right? I get all of that. I'm not finna go try to debate against Nate, but you can circumvent the cap. How come, ladies and gentlemen? The cap is the only problem that Dallas seems to have, right? Nobody else have problems with the damn cap. Nobody. You can circumvent the cap. And favor is not fair. Write that down. Getting on the phone and having some free agencies to fall upon the boys, favor is not fair. And I know most people say, well, hold on. These guys not going to play for dog water. But we will soon see the difference when you have the influences that's available. And the influences can also come to those who's trying to pigeonhole the damn salary cap. If you bring the facts to the matter, you can always circumvent that. People fail to realize, and let me just pull it up on the bigger screen so y'all can, so I can have y'all comments up here. When Prime went to Jackson State, there was no money. Let me lament this again. When Prime went to Jackson State, there were no money. So he had to circumvent some stuff to get things done. Now, he built the foundation, and my beautiful alum is doing some great things, even after he's gone, But sometimes there's always loopholes to get the money. Always. And I know college is extremely different. He had to go where he was not first originally accepted, even for the community of those from the HBCU, because they thought it was going to be a clown show. And he was rejected from the Ohio states of the world, the Florida states of the world. He was rejected. He was laughed upon. So he had to go where he was semi-accepted. And that was my beloved HBCU school. So what I'm saying is, collectively, yes, there are some strong ties and some strong holds to some stuff over here, but he had to go because no one else would say, yeah, we'll bring him in as a wide receivers coach or we'll bring him in as a DB coach. But, man, you must be out your cotton picking mind if we're going to bring in Prime for your mind as the head coach here. And he had to spend or in the words of Jerry, spent some of his own money to hire his staff. And then lo and behold, Travis Hunter said, I will go to Jackson State. And it pissed off a lot of folks who used for all of that talent to come to them. Let me know if I'm lying. So, yes, you can circumvent some stuff over here. And a man will go to the edge of the earth to protect his offspring. I knew he was going to leave Jackson State when he said, my son is just as good as C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, but he's not getting the levels of attentions, you know. And I said, damn, Prime, we finna lose Prime, dog, you know. But at the end of the day, he had to go through some stuff that a lot of people, they don't say on the 3 and the 4 letter networks because they are not capable of saying these type of guidelines that he had to go through. Don't y'all know Hinds County's percentages of 89% brothers, blacks, I meant to say. So when it was the water crisis in Jackson, they turned the water off. The water, you turn the faucet on, it come out brown. And Prime had to go up there and bring one of his kids and say, man, I get all of the political stuff, but it's about the darn kids. Can you at least give us fresh water here? And the same people that was at these HBCU schools, the first year trying to install some stuff, they received him not. They said that you trying to turn this thing into SWAC. You trying to turn this thing into the white culture, quote unquote. And he had to go against that. Ain't nothing like going against your own just to prove that, hey, I belong. If I ain't SWAC, who's SWAC? Who remember that? So what I'm saying is collectively, he had to overcome that. He had to prove to these guys that we can make JSU, put them on the map, and we can do some exciting things. We can bring a winning culture there. So that's the reality of it. ESPN Game Day would never, ever, ever thought about coming to JSU. And they had the whole people all up in the stands watching history being made. But he knew that the recognition for his son would never be privy by him being at Jackson State. And he did the same thing that all of y'all good fathers right now and mothers would do. Go to the edge of the earth for his offspring. And yeah, you can say it's hype talk. Kellen Moore wouldn't have been able to do that at JSU. And a third of all of the other coaches that's on this list would have been able to do that at JSU. To go across, look, football is more than just football at times. The Dallas Cowboys is more than football at times. It's a cultural problem that we have here. Not a single thing is done in Dallas. And we got Dallas Cowboys. But for those on the outside, Dallas Cowboys, it's not the damn Dallas Cowboys. They everywhere but in Dallas. The workout facility is in Frisco. The stroll effect, everybody that leaves Dallas, they come to work to Dallas, but they don't operate and live in Dallas. So they are suffering from taxes in Dallas. But it's too big for most people to understand the deeper connections of what just one coach can do to change the outcome of the culture here. Everything is done on the outskirts of Dallas. But neither here nor there, we got to get beyond the strongholds of these type of things that we've been behind for 30 years, 3 decades.
How you think it should be perceived, because you have a cap and you have other personnel that has a higher, just a higher input that you have in making a decision on a player or players.
Nate, one of the things you've talked a lot about with this current Cowboys team is like toughness and edge and physicality, and how you think that's really been lacking here over the last couple of years. If Deion comes here and he's that coach, how much of that do you think gets instilled with Deion?
The thing is, you can fight for it, you can push it, you can lean your practices towards that, but it's a hunger you have to have as a player. Some coaches have the knack to see that in a player and to research that and to ask that of his scouts to, when he goes out and talk to the routes, to, when he goes out and talk to the right people, what type of guys, he got some dog in him. Is he got this?
No doubt, no doubt. You got to see and you got to have some dog in them. Yes, indeed. Now, for those who are not educated enough to understand, someone asks, how did he make history at Jackson State and when he didn't win a bowl game? When you are underfunded and the allocations of funds are not there. There was a time before segregation, right, and everything and all of this stuff, desegregations and all of this before that time frame, the state of Mississippi used to play what we call the Egg Bowl at Memorial Stadium, where Mississippi State versus Ole Miss used to play at the Capitol. The funds used to be centered to go back to the city of Jackson. But what happened is that particular era of when everything started to be, hey, we are now desegregated and the funds got to go to the closest university, which is, by the way, is Jackson State University. What happened was that these brothers, these schools, university, said, you know what? We are not finna split our money with this individual university. I would rather build my own smaller stadium and go back and forth every year at those pieces, opposed to playing it, whereas we're going to have to split the money with Jackson State. So what happened is that they did that. The moment they did that, they got a $10 billion deal with the SEC TV networks, and it split the foundations of Jackson, Mississippi money sources by having those bowl games there, or having the Egg Bowl there in the city of Jackson. So it's deeper, man. This is deeper than the natural football concept, because you are breaking strongholds that people that don't look like us just don't understand the totality of economy. And that's just for what it is. But at the end of the day, when you break those strongholds, you are being able to put foods on table in investment dollars. And that's, JB2 said that's Mississippi for you. Shoot, come on, baby. So what I'm telling y'all is the truth. I'm from Mississippi. And those who from Mississippi can back that, So getting a program like that to bring in revenue dollars for the state of Texas, for the state of Mississippi and the city of Jackson was everything. And you still have the crab in the bucket theory, because not everybody is fond of those type of levels of influences. Not everybody are, but it is what it is. But neither here nor there. Let me get back to this.
Can you push him? Can you touch a button? These are the things that you're going to have to ask of your scouts and of your coaches. To challenge these guys to kind of alter your practices just a little bit. Ain't but so much you can do in practice. I understand that, but you have to alter your practices. You don't have as many veteran off days and stuff like that where, you don't let the Rams come in and control your practice like what happened to us during training camp where the Rams came in, and it bothered me personally that they were in there physically handling our guys, and I didn't think that was cool. That's your home front. Protect the home front. But I knew right then. I said, this is not a tough team. You know, I mean, even a cur dog, if you walk up on his porch, he at least gonna growl or bark, or the hair gonna raise on his back or something. You know,
right?
And so I felt like going into the season, we weren't gonna be a physical team once again, and that's what I crave for. Is to maul people, to bend people to your will, to understand that I'm gonna finish you after the whistle. I'm gonna be the guy that has my hands in your chest and shoving you. I mean, I believe that, and I think we're on the right track with guys like Hoffman and our left guard guys. We got a few tough guys, but just not enough.
A few tough guys, not enough. Tommy says, those are just listening. Can you please hit that like button? Thanks for the Cowboys. Let's go, man. Hit that like button, boy. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
Just dropped him.
He was offered. Okay, so you have that. We were just talking about Dak. Cliff Aubrey says.
All right, so this is Cowboy Fan Talk. My guy, Rome, he states here, is a hamstring tear worse than Achilles rupture or an ACL, MCL tear? I'm listening to the host on 105.3, The Fan, and they acting like Dak died because of the hamstring tear. And it is, I guess,
his running is no longer pro level. His passing will be heavily impacted. He'll no longer be able to drive the football with his legs. Yeah, the ball will lose energy at the end of his passes, leading to picks or underthrows. I had no idea this avulsion fracture had this kind of potential, but that's the second text from somebody who kind of knows what they're talking about with the kinetic energy that's flowing from the ground up and how that, really wicked detachment from ligament from bone. That's the hamstring area, right?
But before you read that, before I listen to that, Walker Wade says Cowboys couldn't build a stadium in Dallas because of the mayor city at the time was making a difficult. That's why they went and settled into Arlington. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But also in that area in Trinity, they was having the Trinity Project too. So you had two major projects at that time, and the people wasn't behind the Trinity Project, which failed drastically, by the way, and is getting on his way now. We got some investors there. The lady that bought the Mavs, she's going to improve and get that going and get things going. I know I'm an outskirt guy. I'm an outside guy. I'm not from Dallas, but those were the things. So, yeah, they couldn't agree on that, and then they went to Arlington. But at the end of the day, there's much more to that from a political reason of why they are not downtown as well. But I get the two sentiments. It took them forever. And one can argue that the Trinity Project is still under development, right? The Trinity Project is still under development. But they got some investors now. They're finna put a resort there. I don't know how it's going to look. But if you have a few dollars, I would recommend you to purchase some land over there in that area if you got a few. And on top of that, if you in the Waxahachie area, Jerry Jones, follow the money. He just bought 100 acres in that area. So if you got a few dollars, I'll buy a little slide of land somewhere there too. I'm just saying. But to your point there, Walker Wade, you are right. There was some resistance, and there's always going to be resistance. It didn't stop L.A. when they had the resistance there, right? I think that even to a degree, Golden State Warriors, they having some resistance there. So you're going to always get resistance when you're talking about building a stadium in which is going to mandate that the local people is going to have to pay more in taxes. Yeah. Garland is nice. Yeah. So it goes beyond, football is similar to like these 32 owners that own this. They are billionaires, not by mistake. Yeah, these guys are billionaires. They are already planning out our future 10 to 15 years in advance. Yeah, they already finna add an extra game to the schedule, and they planning out layouts and lands and all of these things. That whole move from the St. Louis to L.A., that was a Jerry Jones plan, man. Shoot. What's in St. Louis? Oh, But I don't want to get too deep, man. We'll fall into the thick of it. But I appreciate you, Walker Wade, for your support.
Might impact his athleticism moving forward. That would be just horrible luck. The games after you give the deal, but you kind of did it to yourself, giving him the original second contract after the compound fracture of his leg.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not true. If that is true, then you absolutely should be looking at moving on from him before the accelerator in his contract, the 5th day of the league year, shouldn't you, Chief?
Well, yes, you should, but that would take some foresight and not waiting to the last minute on things. Actually putting somewhat of a plan together.
Yeah.
And I don't see them doing that.
And I guess because the whole thing is injury guaranteed, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
If you move on from him saying, well, that injury happened, which makes us look at the contract differently, and that's why we're releasing you, even if it's a successful surgery and he's on the comeback trail, I don't know how all of that works, but I know the Cowboys are really up against it, and I don't know. Am I too pessimistic thinking this might be the worst state that Cowboys football has been in since Brian Broaddus worked for him?
Wow.
Yes. No, I don't think it's not too pessimistic. It's not too pessimistic.
Man,
because
you're not wrong.
it's certainly in the cards that these injuries have piled up in a way that is going to prevent Dak from being anywhere close to the height of his powers.
Is Dak Prescott injury prone? That's the questioning there. And Walker Wade says also land next to the old stadium. They tried to buy it. Appreciate you, Walker Wade. Byron Joe David says, let's stick to the plan and bring another team to the DF Dub. I think that would be remarkable there. There will be some very, very much so beneficial reasonings why. I think the Mavs are doing a great job downtown Dallas. But all together, the political side of football is not a very nice one, right? It's always something. But let's talk about some resistance that could be in the house of the Cowboys. And this was shared to me by Jay Tuck. I'm seeing that also on Twitter. I think that this one is a better one, but shout out to my guy Jay Tuck and my guy Joe Rod. Who remember Joe Rod? He's one of the originals of the round table. And he posted this one. Remember, Steven didn't want Deion the first time. God dog, boy. Stephen Jones aged like bananas on top of the refrigerator. That don't even look like Stephen Jones. My goodness. Steven! Hey, Stephen Jones, what happened? Now you look older than Jerry. God, no. Lay off the Johnny Walker. God, no. I had to look twice. Is that Stephen Jones? Come on, man.
And this is what we ought to be doing is the hard numbers. But when you really look at it,
Steven!
we really don't have many like this.
He basically shoves me up against the door with his forearm, and I looked at him and...
To be fair to Jerry still looked the same. He got to that point and he stopped aging. Jerry still looks like this. Wait a minute. This is a recap, right? This is a recap. Okay, so this could be 2 or 3 years ago, or y'all let me know when this was originally posted here. Come on.
I smiled. I said, "You're really not going to hit me, are you?" I want him immediately.
So, man, shout out to my guy Joe Rod, man. Be sure to check him out, man, on all platforms. Shout out to him and salute to him. And if y'all offended of that, man, please charge it. Look, satire law. You know what I'm saying? But we got a super chat, man, from we got a super chat from I saw one from your Walker Wade. It just went away. But did we get one? Appreciate you, though, so much for you. Here we go. Byron Joe David. Okay, I already read that one. Good. Let me know if I missed out on anybody's super chat. But, man, F both of them. I don't want you guys to think that is prime or bust. What I ultimately don't want us to do is to sign Kellen Moore and think that this would be a new opportunity for us to change. That's all I'm saying. I like Kellen Moore as a person. I like Prime as a person. Prime is a far reach because of the stipulations that you have to do in order to get him here. My number one person for right now, it sways a little bit, but I'm leaning more towards a Ben Johnson, right? And a Robert Saleh as our DC, or bring back Mike Zim as our DC, and let's get this thing rolling, right? But I'm quite sure that Ben or Aaron Glenn, I like him too, by the way, I'm quite sure that those things is going to be very difficult to happen. One of the things that gave me a little hope on even Aaron Glenn to a degree is this right here.
I would say about myself, I'm a coach. I just happen to be on defense. I understand the offense just as well as a number of people. So if you want to hire me, you're going to hire a coach. You're not going to hire a defensive coach. I'm going to talk to the offense just as much as I'm going to talk to the defense. Here's the one thing that.
So that right there sold me, man. You know, a little bit more on that aspect of it. And I get it, man. We want to walk the thin line. But I got to give it to you guys real raw and uncut. And you can't sell me, Leslie. Come on, you can't do that. Most of y'all saying, look, stop saying his name. You say it 2 more times, you're going to come like Candyman. Yeah, oh my gosh, man, come on. Look, I get it. You know, you want to interview a lot of folks, but don't give me him and give me this and that and say, all right, cool, we went through our searching candidates of these particular junctures. No, look, let's not do that. Aaron Glenn, unfortunately, wants the Jets job. And I get it. He might want to turn the Jets over into a nice franchise and not be all in the spotlight, but money walk, right? And that's the realities of it. Yeah. Appreciate y'all support, man. Appreciate you. My guy, Timon says, okay, let me go right here. It says, yeah, please hit that like button, y'all. Please smash upon the like button. Appreciate your timing. The most important thing, we need culture shock and some damn character. We do. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for the culture, man, you know. And I don't think that my guy Kellen Moore would bring that to the table, you know. And it's not this versus that, but it's just telling y'all that those are the things that I'm looking at, you know.
Man, Deion going to Dallas?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
It looked like it, but it ain't official yet. It ain't official.
P, you do that, P?
Hell yeah.
You got to do that, right?
Man, what they need that in the worst way. He the only one that can go there.
This is like a player coming from the culture that helped build the culture. No better situation here, bro.
Jerry Carroll juice.
If you got Vrabel going back to New England, you got to have Deion going back to Dallas.
Man, this shuts down sports right here.
Vrabel won chips with Patriots.
That's what I'm saying. Man, Deion, we hope you get that boy straight up. I ain't even no Cowboys fan.
I ain't no Cowboys
fan. I'm a Deion fan. Ooh.
I have to go down there now.
Yeah,
bro.
we got to check that out. You know,
go down there now.
You know, we all Deion supporters around here.
It's whether I'm fans of certain things, I go to where the culture is represented. And Deion Sanders represents the culture, and I ain't no Dallas fans, but because of his influence on the culture, that's what's going to bring me down there. That's what brought me to Colorado.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's all about. I can be not a fan of nothing, but like if the culture is represented in the right way and this is what it's doing, I'll be there.
No doubt, man. Not saying that these boys are right and everybody else is wrong, but man, oh man, it's been talked about. Also, let me play this one other one with not Nate Newton but Cam Newton.
Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders to come to Dallas.
What if they do get Deion Sanders or Coach Prime in this situation? What do you do with Dak Prescott?
That boy with the
because Prime himself said
King Leo.
The way I consider
King Leo wins
is if I can coach my sons. Plural. What you gonna do with Dak? Okay, we just paid Dak
big boy bag
a 60 ball.
family pack.
Family pack, Dak.
And a gallon sweet tea.
Talk to me.
Well, I'm trying. Now,
King
with
Leo
that,
wins.
When do you draft?
Hey, there's a King Leo. Who remember King Leo wins? That boy got a King Leo hat.
Shador. And Shador.
Man, that brother got the bow tie with the collar pulled up. You know? Cool on the throat and warm on the back neck. Oh my God. With the jersey underneath. God damn.
For making it abundantly clear that he wants to be the first quarterback taken off the board.
He's the first person to wear this outfit. Let me know if I'm lying. Nobody else is going to wear something like that. Kung Leo wins.
You trade up and then find yourself in a Atlanta Falcons situation? So, my major concern is this. If it does happen, how long does Jerry Jones give Deion Sanders?
You know, that's a big if. I would say this, man. I do like that. I think that wherever Shador goes, I think that he most certainly need to be treated like an Aaron Rodgers. Sit back for a couple of years, right? And I know that it's going to be hard pressed to do. He need to sit back like the Jordan Loves of the world, right? And then digest. I think that, you know, you can clearly play that game. I'm not with the belief with the 12th pick that you picked Shador. I'm not with that. You know, I'm definitely not with that because I'm greedy. I want to win now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this damn Shador thing. But Kung Leo. It's Kung Leo. Okay, Leo. My bag. Oh, yeah. And, my guy, Aaron Lou sent the money, Darius, so I'm waiting on the other, so I sent it over to you, bro. Yeah. I think that would be the best approach. Pat Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith for a full calendar season, and then the last 3 or 4 games, they kind of threw him out there. Not saying that Dak Prescott is Alex Smith, by the way, but there are some people that will say similarity. They both had Dan Mullen or Doug Mullen or whatever, the Mullen kid from Mississippi State and Florida State and whatever. You know, I get all of that. Dan, I believe, is his name. But Dallas Cowboys paid Dak Prescott a big bag, a big, crazy bag. And we got at least 3 years before you can even start conversating about moving on from Dak in that bag, right? The only way you can get Dak off of that if you look Dak in his face and say, hey, man, we finna start the other quarterback and you can release the trade clause. And I'm not talking about that's going to happen, but that's the only way. But even Dak still got to control the powers and say, well, sure, I'm getting paid $250 million. I got 2 babies at the crib, and I'm finna jump the broom with my lady. Hey, all right, cool. Pay me $250 million to hold the clipboard. And Cowboys, the Cowboys are great at doing that. They paid just recently a guy $5.5 million to hold the clipboard. You know, put me on for that particular situation. Yeah, yes, indeed. Somebody, Albert says to him, Alex is better. There's no verifiable evidence that he is, though, by the way. Yeah. Yes, but there are some news of this rumor being generated that the Cowboys, according to Dallas Legends, the Cowboys are looking at former Cowboys running back DeMarco Murray and Tashard Choice as their vacant running back coach positioning. Murray is currently the running back coach for OU, and then my guy Tashard Choice is the current quarterback at UT. since we just bringing back everybody from the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? Do you guys or would you guys like that right there? You know, Tashard Choice or OU coach DeMarco Murray, you know, bring them back. Oh, man, to Coach Ashton Genty, yes, somebody said that. Bring them boys back. Boy, we just the recycling boys, baby. Shades. But, you know, there's always this. If you fool around and watch this and you you think Deion would draft Malachi Starks, the safety? Woo, I don't know, man. Shoot. But, man, look. Let me get to this point right here, because I don't want y'all to miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. Whoever our coach is, whoever it may be, we have these particulars that's in the way. One being that we got over 20 free agencies that we have to consider evaluating. Two being we got our own staff that we got to find, the running back coach, the tight end coach. We got to find out who's going to be the O-line coach. We got to find out who's going to be the linebacker coach, who's going to be the DC.
Twyman $10. It's time for change. First black HC to lead us to the promised land would be legendary. Sign me up, whether it's Prime, Glenn, or Salah. And unless we move up, we won't get Sheeger. He looks Tennessee bound.
Yeah. Shoot. Give me Will Levis then, you know, as a backup over here. I'd like to have that strong arm, the ability to run. And I'll tell Will Levis, hey, watch all of Josh Allen tapes. You know what I'm saying? Watch all. Shoot. Give me him. Jerry is the biggest issue, Law. I think that Jerry is the problem. The issue would be the coach, because the coach going to have to outmaneuver the problem. And if they don't have that capability, then we're going to be going over the same thing, and it'll be another 30 years, because I think there's about 25 to 30 years apart from Jerry and Steven, and Steven may live all the way up until Jerry's age. So I don't know, man. All I can say is, you can't hear me? Still can't hear me? Is it Jamie? Refresh and hope. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. But I'm just saying, collectively, these are the things that we will have to go through regardless of the situation. But it is what it is. Deion would need to make the decision with his kids to come out to coach. Yeah. Yeah. The kid thing is is a very crazy factor of it. You know, okay, y'all can't hear me. But neither here nor there. Let's get to this point right here. If you're driving and you heard the news, or even if you're on Harry Hines and you trying to get you a little Swede thing going on, then let us know, you know, because for those who don't know, it is what it is for what it is, you know. So put a 1 in the chat. Y'all can still hear me. Yes, but if you fool around and heard this, oh my God, I'm reading this. Akeem says, Law, do you realize how many head coaches Jerry hired in 30 years? Let me give you the list right quick, and let me know of any qualifiers that you think that would have been better selection. You know? All right. So in the last 30 years, we have Barry Switzer, right? Okay, yeah, you can talk about him. Chan Gailey. Okay, you can talk about Chan Gailey. Oh, Dave Campo, Bill Parcells, Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett. And now we have Mike McCarthy, who just got the boot. Out of all of those list of names, you give me the number, right? On top of that, realistically speaking, the expectation stayed the same. It did. And the closest person that we had out of all of those bunch of guys, or group of guys, was Bill Parcells. I truly believe if Bill Parcells was here the length of time that Jason Garrett was here, we would have lifted up a Lombardi trophy or at least got a chance to just be in the big dance, right? All submissive coaches, if you lay them down straight, right? There was one person said, I can't take this no more, you know? And his name is Bill Parcells, because at the end of the day, when Bill Parcells said, he never called Terrell Owens. Y'all know that, right? He said the player, because he didn't want him. And I'm not saying that T.O. was a problem. But if you got a program and a mindset to go on with your particular philosophy and someone circumvent that and bring in somebody you don't want, even if it could be a helping or aiding you, sometimes that can be too much of a distraction. A man must be able to stand on his own too at some point of time. There's nothing greater than having your own, ladies and gentlemen, as a man. But a man that forever stayed with mom and them or always had roommates don't know what it feels like to walk around in your natural self, in your natural body that God created you in. If it's 1 or 2 o'clock at night and you want to get something out of the refrigerator, or to take a dump with the door wide open, or to place something on the table, to know that when you come back, it's still going to be there. Every man or lady should be able to have that at least one point of time in their life. And every coach want to have that too. When they be able to look at that player and say, man, you dog water, I'm cutting you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or the asthma field is over there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the PG-13. But when you have to ask someone, may I get something out of the refrigerator? When you have to ask someone, can you shut the door when you're taking a dump? You know, hey, fumbling was Romo's kryptonite. That fumbling took Parcells up out of here, didn't it? But neither here nor there. If you heard this news and you fooled around and drove off the road and got back on the road and somebody hit you, let me tell you who you need to call.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
214-817. That's FrenkelFirm.com. But when you call 214-817, be sure to hit all of those threes, right? To represent all of the Super Bowls we had in the 90s. We had 3 of them, right? So keep hitting them threes. But with Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, they located here in the heart of Dallas, and that's in the state of Texas. We getting over 9,000 people. 9,000 people to move to Dallas. To move to Dallas a month. So those people may not be familiar with the state of Texas. But we got a team of lawyers that got over a combined of 100 years of experiences. So be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They'll be able to take great care of you. Even if you're an offender bender, a hit and run, be sure to reach out to them. Come on with it. But my hotline for your mind is 657-390-7391. A little backstory. It's so many people in Dallas, and I got to get my driver license renewed. Them jokers told me, even when I went online, the next available appointment is not until April. I'm sitting here like, what? April? And I drove down there to the DMV. I said, hey, I got to get my license renewed. They said, we no longer do walk-ins. You got to go online. Boy, we backed up. They need to open up more DMV places throughout the city or throughout the state of Texas. Because, man, the DMV, you be there all day, man, just to get an appointment. Yeah, but neither here nor there. Come on with it. With the first call I got from the 305, keeping it live with us. Talk to me.
What's good, Big Law? What's good? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, man. Appreciate you for jumping in. What you got for me for this day?
Man, you on fire, man. I really ain't got to say nothing, Law. You on fire today.
Hey, I done cleared them all, you know.
Yeah, you cleared them all, man. Everything I want to talk about, man, you hit point on. But I just want to piggyback off what you were saying, man. So what's going on with that? Like, so that's like smoking the L. That's something serious.
Say that. Repeatings, por favor. You know what you say?
No, I was saying the Dak situation. That's something serious, or that's something that's just for marketing. You know how they go.
Oh yeah, with the Dak, the hamstring thing. He's injuries. Yeah. I'm not of the belief that I want Dak to be mobile and moving around and running around. You know, I think that's something set on him. But I'm not with the belief that his hamstring is such a bad, degrading tear that he can never plant his foot and throw the ball. You're not asking him to cut. You're not asking him to stop on a dime. You're not asking him to do Miles Austin things, by the way. He's a quarterback. So at this point, I think less running will help him out. But I don't think that it's to the degree where you can put this in the same room as a ruptured Achilles or ACL. It's a hamstring. Yeah, so he'd be all right.
That being said, but that being said, if it's serious, whatever, so a quarterback is not in play. If it's serious, you don't try to go get your backup quarterback this year. Because we don't have one. We don't have no backup quarterback.
We don't. No, boy. Will Greer signed a futures deal. He's going to be here. Yes, yeah. We're gonna have Will Greer. But what I would do, just to be real, we got 10 draft picks. One of those 10 draft picks need to be a quarterback. And if Jackson Dart, if people just missing and overlooking him, I'm for sure running to the podium. Boy, I wish we had a 4th round draft pick. Oh, my goodness. I wish we had a 4th round draft pick.
I like him, too.
Yeah.
Another brother was showing me him, like last week.
Yeah.
I like him, too. But I overheard you say, man, so if Shador drops us, you're not picking Shador? If he actually falls or he gets close to us?
Man, I'm running to the podium to get my guy running back if he's there. If Tet is there, first and foremost, this is my order. If Tet is there, he's my number one choice, right? And if Ashton Genty or someone of the ilk of Abdul Carter somehow falls, they find a little weed on him, a little gun under the seat, in the words of my guy Botch, what I'm saying? And he falls like a Jalen Carter did, get into a fight or something like that, and have some salacious stuff to come out. Then I'm getting Abdul Carter. I'm having a hard conversation to pass up on him, right? So there's so many unknowns of the draft, and we got to contextualize the fact that in the draft, the board and the order that we see now, it's going to change. The Tennessee Titans could literally make a trade for Justin Fields or something, and they say, hey, well, we got Justin Fields now, we can go draft someone else, in the first, or they can make a trade for another quarterback. Hell, the Cleveland Browns can go out there and make a trade and get what's smooth name over there in Atlanta. The quarterback, Kirk Cousins. If they make a trade to go get Kirk Cousins, they no longer need a Cam Ward or whatever they got on their draft board. So or the Giants, they can make a trade to go get Kirk Cousins, right? So it's so many unknowns. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying collectively, we looking at the draft board and we looking at the draft order now before combine. It's going to be some unknown, unheard name from obscure state university is going to do some crazy numbers, and people are going to be saying, look, this guy need to be in the first round, so he's going to mess up the draft board. People love speed, right? So it could be a guy to run a 4.1 or some crazy number, and he's going to get overdrafted, right? So it's so many things that can change up the draft board, and Shedeur could fall to the 12th spot.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it, right? And I'm looking at, he just doing fake, fake with little fake mock drafts. And I'm saying, like, these quarterbacks and Cam Ward could fall, really, because it goes to the point, like, these old linemen might go ahead of time. And like you say, this Abdullah kid, like, people really liking him, and also the guy from Michigan. So you got a couple of guys in there that could drop them out of the top 5.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. If Shedeur drop it to, like, the 7, 8 pick, we're not trying to go run up to that, put him and try to go. Or if he drops us, we're not saying, hey, we got our future quarterback here. Like, come on,
it's going to be from a marketing aspect. Yeah, from a marketing aspect, I don't see, like I'm being real with you. I don't see Jerry Jones passing up Shedeur if he falls to the 12th spot. But I'm saying in my world, if Ted is there, Shedeur is there, I'm picking Ted, But I get it, from a marketing aspect of it. Jerry Jones gonna roll up and say, hey, I won't get Shedeur, because he can do so much from a marketing aspect of it.
Absolutely. But one more thing, the coach I was talking about last time, yesterday, Big Law, was Bill Callahan. That's who I was talking about.
Bill Callahan.
Yesterday. Remember, I was getting them mixed up. Bill Callahan. The last time, what happened to Bill Callahan? Because I feel like that's the last time we had like a great O-line, even though we had great studs on that O-line. But with Bill Callahan, our running game was just so tight. What happened to that? What happened to him being there?
Well, here's the thing. I think that Bill Callahan, when he left Dallas, it wasn't on good terms, I believe, right? So I don't think that he will be back here in any shape, form, of capacity. I think that, he was one of the better offensive line coaches that we had over here in the Silver and Blue for a long time. He's the O-line whisperer. But O-line play been very spotty with the Cowboys because we had fell in love with talent versus training and scheme, because that's the only way we could win back in those days. And it's still prevalent to this day, is that because we have been so inefficiently leaning on more of the talent of the players versus the scheme. Like, there's no way, shape, form, or fashion we can look back at this and say, when did we out-scheme the team and won a game? On the offensive side. Like, there's really not many games that we can look back at and say, yeah, man, we out-schemed a team and we won games. So it's always been we out-talented a team, or we relied on 4 to win us a game. But it never been Dak sitting back like the game that we saw out of Detroit Lions, whereas Jared Goff was trying to give the game away, and they ended up still winning, right? He threw for 5 touchdowns, but he had like 6 or 7 INTs or some crazy crap, So there's always been that factor in the Cowboys world.
Gotcha. I totally agree, Law. I totally agree. Well, with that being said, man, I'm not even going to scream on this phone about Deion right now, Big Law. I'm going to let you continue on talking, man. You hitting all the topics anyway, man. I just want to say one thing. If they think Kellen Moore going to come in here, I'm glad you showed that clip with Amari Cooper, because that's what I was aiming for yesterday, but I was talking about Amari Cooper. That same clip I wanted you to show, because if they think Kellen Moore going to come in here and make any type of difference, man, they out of their mind. Even the fans, if they think Kellen Moore coming in here and making a difference, these players is going to be like, okay, we're going to run.
Yeah, we're going to run through the wall with Kellen.
We're going with Kellen. Come on, man. They be ashamed of themselves, man. But I'm going to continue on listening, man. Happy Friday, Big Law, man. I love what you're doing, bro. Continue on, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And I'm not trying to beat up Kellen Moore, because logically speaking, he's going to be the favorite. He's the cheapest of it all, right? It's the easiest way to be dominant over him and not have kickback. You'll be more of, hey, he would eat the raisins off the potato salad. He won't give you no resistance. You know, he would eat the tacos that Jerry made just like he made with Kerry Champion with the raw hand and everything. He won't give you no kickback. He's not going to go against the grain. He was 1,000% sold on the ideology of wide receiver by committee. So if we want more of the same, then, hey, campaign for Kellen Moore. More of the same. Let's go, baby. You know, so I'm not beating up Dan Rogers and Mike Fisher of carrying the water for Kellen Moore because it could be more of the same. Now, the unknown, yes. Yes, it'll be the unknown to go grab a prime and to do all of those other stuff. And I get it. You know, it will be more of the likings of what most people want to hear, you know. Why change? Yeah, Jerry Tacos with his special guacamole. Yeah. So I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. I wish I could lie to kick it to y'all. But at the end of the day, I was rooting for this team, supporting this team before Kellen Moore even knew more. You know what I'm saying? Before he was born, right? Before Jerry Jones bought the team. Before Prime got here. I was a Cowboy fan before Prime was played for Cowboys, right? So at the end of the day, I'm not saying that, what I say is 1,000%. But to be real with y'all, regardless of whether or not they exist or not, I was a Cowboy fan. And we're going to continue to be one, right? Shoot. So that's just reality. Anonymous, man, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
All right. If Prime come to Dallas, and you know it's gonna be a difference, you know what I mean? Because I don't really hear, like, you know what I mean, Prescott talking about, you know what I mean, being up on the Deion Sanders. But I know he gonna feel some type of way because he know Deion gonna go get his son, and the fans gonna feel like a lot of type of way too because they gonna, you know what I mean, Shador to start. But like I say, if Prime do come, everybody's got to get over it. I mean, because, hey, he can change the culture or he can have the culture be the same.
Right.
It's all about the players. It's all about the players is how I see it.
Right.
Because the players the one got to play the ball game. The coaches just do the coaching.
What?
So if he do come, which we know he may come, and I think Jerry may have the media try to push Dak Prescott to get traded.
Yeah.
He may have one that to go ahead and start the media start talking about what Dak Prescott this way because they already started doing it already. So they're trying to make him feel so low that man, they don't want me. I will go ahead and trade me, and that may go to that. If not, that may go to Tennessee, or Prime may go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's either one of them. It's different. It's different teams out there talking to these coaches.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just Jerry Jones ain't the only one talking to Prime.
Right. Look. The money is always the factor, right?
The money's always it. And then what he want to do is like this. You got one. Like when we say we got one life to live, we have what? One life to live. And then this one life, if Prime say, "Hey, Shador, what you want to do?" He gonna ask his son what he want to do. It ain't about Coach Prime. It's about his son because he want to coach his son.
Yeah.
So it's like this one life change. This could be a moment of change the whole, you know what I mean, the future of him and his family.
Yeah.
So how I see it like this. If Deion comes, I'm still with him.
Yeah.
If Kellen Moore comes, you still got to be with him.
You still got to be with him. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. And you're right with that. You know, I mean, he's not the only. Look, I don't want people to isolate it only down and narrow it down to Deion and only Kellen Moore. You still got Aaron Glenn. You still got Ben Johnson. You still have Brian Johnson. You know, you still have all of these folks that the Cowboys got to do their, as we call it, due diligence. And it is easier. Look, fellas, it's easier to say, well, he's not going to come. That's the easiest take I can say. It's easier to say, for 30 years, I could have said the Cowboys not winning the Super Bowl. I would have been right for 30 years. If I were to say before the Rams won their last Super Bowl that the Rams are not going to win the Super Bowl, I would have been right for 20 years. For 20 years. Because the last time they won before they won the last Super Bowl was in 99. So I would have been right for all of those years, bro. So it is easier to take the latter part and say things are not going to happen, right, versus things will. And then walk around and say I'm right. But at the end of the day, I can literally say, Anonymous, right, that the sun will shine. The sun is going to shine. Just wait. The sun going to shine, baby. You can take my word for it. Come on with it. And I'm right. I'll be right all the time. Come on with it. But people fail to realize that the 3-ladder and the 4-ladder network, that's what they do. They are talking about the Cowboys and not talking about any of these other teams that's in the playoffs. And not talking about the fact they leave out so much that they don't never bring up the fact that we still had the expectations to win the Super Bowl with Chan Gailey, with Dave Campo, with Dwayne Phillips and Jason Garrett, who really didn't have the right credentials to be a coach. But Jason Garrett, there are people that will literally say that Jason Garrett have more of a right to be a coach for this team than Deion Sanders, and Jason Garrett couldn't bust through a wet paper bag, But that's just how the insanity of the 3-ladder, the 4-ladder networks, and all of the people that are listening, it's crazy, bro. And those are the things that we have to adhere to. It's crazy, bro. Appreciate you for calling in.
Hey, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Man, listen, we put it like this. Just tell your quarterback to pay these people, man, his family, man. Tell Dak Prescott to pay these family members, man. They hurting, bro. That's it.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. I don't know what he meant on that last part where Dak Prescott got to pay folks. I don't know, I wish you guys can open up your eyes and see the truth. When the eyes, look, when the mind is blind, the eyes are useless. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. The Cowboys pounced around and said that we are $11 to $12 billion organization. That's how much revenue we had, blah, blah, blah. And we have the lowest paid coaching staff in the National Football League. That is not a flex. That's not a flex. If Law Nation is blessed to be the owner for the Cowboys and we made $1 billion, I will be the guy that have no problems of talking to Andy Reid and being able to tell him, I got $25 million for you. I'm going after the best. I have no problems going after the best of the best. Whoever the best coach is, I'm going to get him. Whoever the best trainer who can take blood and transfuse it back to the player, right? I'm going to do the best I can do to ultimately win. And that 40 staff members of coaches that they said that Prime had in Colorado to help alleviate some of the things, I'm going to have the best of the best. I'm not finna have a Jeff Blasco who's learning on the job to be a running backs coach. Have y'all looked up Jeff Blasco's resume? I'm not finna have a Scott McCurley, no offense to you, bro, to be my linebackers coach. No, I'm going to get the best of the best. For example, before I let the next caller on, they didn't take first-time contractors to build the Star in Frisco. They didn't take first-time contractors, rookie contractors, and contractors who never built anything to build the stadium down there in Arlington. When they submit those proposals for RFP, request for proposal, request for information, I meant to say, they looked at everything. Yeah. And they said, okay, let me measure what other projects that you guys build. Let me measure what other construct that you guys build from a contracting aspect, and let us hire you guys. Because we want no first-time contractors. We want contractors that know what the hell they doing. And when they advise Jerry, hey, we built this right here, the sun will glare in your faces, but it looks better this way, but we letting you know. And Jerry refused to listen. Just like you do that for building your home or your infrastructures, you should do the same damn thing with coaching. What's on your resume? And what is your potentials of what you can bring to the table based off of your other people that can vouch for you? There's nobody that's going around saying, oh, man, Kellen Moore's offense is hard to crack. There's nobody saying that. There are more people like the Kurt Warners, even his buddy, Dan Orlowski, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and beyond. And the other guy, Michael Lombardi, that's calling him George Stick Moore, is beating up his philosophy and tearing it down, saying things are not matching. He's a collector of plays. When did you guys hear of those things? I got from the 561, you're live on the nation. Hey, they've been looking for you, man. What's good, JT?
What's
JT,
did I not just sit there? I tell you that McCarthy was gone. I spoke it, and I told you McCarthy was gone, and he gone.
Yeah.
Now,
but hold on.
Far as
JT, are you the guy that old Darius Hundo?
Yeah. Well,
what happened?
Tell Darius to send me his cash out, man.
No, send it to me and I'll send it to him.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's in the description box. You mean so I can pay up all of the dues, JT. But yeah. No. What you was gonna say? What you was gonna say, bro?
Nah, I told you all rip. I spoke and told you McCarthy was gone. Now, did I speak that? I see you preaching today.
Yeah.
And I said, all right. I had to hop on. I said, hey, look, I told you McCarthy was gone. He gone. Now, far as this head coaching search, because it seems like he going down the list. Robert Saleh, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is the favorite. But
his favorite strong candidate is reported. Yeah.
Strong candidate.
And in order to get that word strong, and there's somebody had to say something to someone, right? So he's the strong. They didn't say Leslie Frazier is a strong candidate. They didn't say any of the other people that was on that docket are strong, but they did put strong in front of Kellen Moore's candidacy. So yeah, go ahead. If they even a word.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They put strong
behind
Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah,
they put
strong.
it behind Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
So, now that should let y'all further know, Cowboy Nation, who they gonna lean towards, even though Ben Johnson could be still in play. All the coaches they gonna interview still in play, really. Leslie Frazier, all of them. But I'm looking at this up.
What are you looking at?
Jerry, do you really want to win this Super Bowl, Jerry? Do you really want it? Or what are you really trying to achieve by interviewing all these coaches to get the right fit, the right scheme? Hear me out now.
Make it quick, man. I got two other people that I got 3 other people I got to go.
I'm gonna make it real quick.
Make it real
Think
quick
about this. I'm gonna hop back on and send you my cash app to Darius. I'm gonna send you my cash app so I can send Darius the money. But
no, you said look, my cash app. You send it to me, and then I send it to Darius. You know, since y'all been having issues with it, it's in the description box. You know, it won't be hard. So on the video, you just click on the video, go to the description. It says cash app. You send a hundo, and I send it over to him. Yeah, and then we be all squared away. Yeah. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, but yeah, think about that. Who you really want as head coach? Who do you really want?
Who I want?
Who you want? Your head coach in your DC.
And my head coach in DC, I think that I can roll with Prime. But realistically, I
Okay.
don't think that that's a tangible thing because there's so many stipulations. So I'm going to roll with Aaron Glenn or Ben Johnson. I'm rolling with either of those two, right? And then we'll figure out the other ends of it. If we do get Robert Saleh, I roll with Robert Saleh as the DC, Ben Johnson as my de facto head coach / OC.
Okay, I see where you're going.
You see where my mindset is. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I see where you at.
You see where I'm at. Yeah.
I can really see Coach Prime because I already know his relationship with Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore the same way. Those are two top candidates right there because they got a relationship with the Cowboy organization.
Go ahead.
I can also see Robert Saleh, but I'm gonna leave it right there for now. I'm the money on your cash app. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here.
Yeah. Appreciate you, JT, man. Appreciate you for being a man of your word, man. Cause
Hey, look. That's all I can be, a man of my word, baby.
That's all we got, man. Appreciate you, JT Taylor, man. No relation to Joy. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Or is it?
No. Yo.
It's her birthday today. It's her birthday today now. She's 38. That's my guy JT. All right, let's lock it up.
The conference has been locked.
I got down to my last two. I'm going overtime on a Friday. I got my little nephew in town, and we supposed to be able. Remember the law, the Italian mafia. Yes, it did, because at the end of the day, if they didn't pay up by Saturday,
it starts from the first phone call. Most of the time,
you saw the ponytail. Yeah, it started with the first phone call. Y'all better watch out. Yeah. Yeah. Shit, y'all better watch out. Yeah. I got Pastor Tim for the 469. What's on your mind?
Oh, what's up, my brother?
Nothing much, man.
I'm telling you, it feels good.
All right.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Release. Because when you get caught up in a blizzard, you got to warm up so you could get release, so you could feel release. Sometimes when you got somebody on your back,
right?
You got that monkey on your back. You got to get it out of you.
Pause. Yeah.
So you have to learn.
Yeah.
Learn to stay humble.
Yeah.
Because when you have time with your family, spend time with your family.
Correct.
And with your loved one.
Yeah.
And you see how precious life is.
Come on with it.
You see how wonderful life is. Because we all could be burned up. Because let me tell you something, man. Look what's going on.
What's up?
In Los Angeles.
Come on.
Look what's going on in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
My prayers go out to them.
Amen.
And to everyone.
Amen.
And I'm telling you right now, Los Angeles is an example. We all could be burned up. So we have to learn to love one another, curse one another. Don't give up on hope. Don't give up on love. Don't give up.
Come on with
Return back to the old ways, what we had, where you grew up from.
Come
when
on
Daddy don't tell you respect people. When Daddy tell you when you get in trouble in school, I'm gonna whoop you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna baptize. I'm telling you, Daddy gonna teach you, tell you.
That's wild. Come
how
on with
to
it.
be a man.
How to be a man.
How to be a man. So be a man.
Come on with it.
And own up to what you say and what you do.
Say it. Say it with your chest.
God bless everyone.
Come on with it.
God bless everyone. Always. Always.
Always, my brother.
Always, man. I'll encourage everyone, man. I'm telling you right now. Man, it's a new year. It's time.
New year, new you.
Encouragement.
Come on with it.
Encourage one another.
Come on with it.
We all have to be by each other.
Be encouraged. No matter what you're going through.
I have something to say to my brother.
Come on with it.
I have to tell him how I feel. I have to tell him. Sometimes I tell him the wrong thing. Sometimes I tell him in his face. I feel hurt sometimes.
Come on, we all feel hurt. We all fall short.
Lonely.
Yes.
I feel lonely.
I feel lonely.
I feel lonely.
Yeah.
I feel like my body feels weak.
You feel weak sometimes.
Feels like you want to slumber.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a stroke.
Yeah.
But God is with me.
Come on with it.
Do it all. Do it all.
Preach, preacher.
Weak when I was weak.
Yeah.
In bed when I was screaming weak. And I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And I was looking at my face. And I was rubbing. I was saying, God was with me.
Come on with it.
God never forsaken me.
Yeah.
He always.
Come on with it.
He gave me hope. He gave me hope. Always.
Always.
Gave me hope. Gave me hope.
And don't forget about joy. Don't forget about joy. We endure through the night. But when do joy come? When do joy come in the morning? Come on with it.
Joy comes when you wake up. When you wake up.
Come on with it.
A lot of people haven't wake up this morning. So
all
when
right.
you wake up this morning, it's your duty. It's your duty to give him praise. It's your duty to give him excitement and joy.
Yeah.
Jump up and say, thank you, Lord, for waking up this morning.
Hallelujah.
Thank you for
appreciate you.
encouraging me this morning.
Come on with it. In closing, Pastor Tim. In closing.
You gotta bring it out. Come on.
Woo!
You gotta never give up.
Never give up, baby.
Joe never gave up.
Never gave up. Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, Pastor. Thank you so much for calling in and being a part of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, amen to Pastor Tim. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man, with your love and adulation for the nation. Let me hear you say it.
Hail back them Cowboys. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Come on now. Come on. The Latter-day Saints on the other side of the mountain of the boys. Come on with it, baby. Yes, indeed. That was JT done sent his $100 cash app. Hey, Darius, we're going to make sure by the end of this particular show, well, by the time we get off, I'm going to make sure I gather all of the funds and we're going to send them over to Darius for winning his bet, his side bet from those who called in and these sorts of things. But appreciate him. Woo! Yes, indeed. He made it. You know, that joy comes in the morning. Come on with it. Yes, indeed. But appreciate him. As they say, he helped Gilligan get off the island. Yes. I got one other caller that's here that's about to deliver his message to the people. But before we go any further, be sure to continue to tap in on that like button. Continue to share this content and let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to talk about these. Wait a minute, Sadiq says, according to him, yeah, according to him, unto him that is able to keep you from falling. From the 206, you're in the mix. MJ, you're live on the nation. Come on with it.
What up, Laura? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing well. Bro.
That's good. Well, what I gotta point out is if they get this guy, they bring him back.
Right.
The laughing stock. That's that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
right. Yeah, Kellen Moore. Yeah.
If he got pride then killed the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones got too much pride, man. Think he know everything. That's that foolishness. Foolish and pride go together. So that's destroying the Cowboys, that pride.
Yeah.
And Big Game James, I got to give Big Game James credit. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid no more. I used to get mad at James because, I've been a Cowboy fan all your life and you want to give hope. Man, they signed this dude back and they going to make him a clown. He going to be a clown. Everybody know his praise. Right. Green Bay was jumping them routes. And like I told Steele this morning, I'd say if he throw for 48 yards
right.
Against the Rams, they're going to end up losing. I'm telling you right now. If he throw for 48 yards against the Rams, the Rams going to beat Philly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying? But the Cowboys' problem, now, if he does this way, I'd rather have Glenn, because he could bring the quarterback coach that know that Detroit offense.
Yeah.
They come the offensive coordinator the left hand quarterback. What's his name?
Mark Brunell. Yeah. Oh boy, you've been doing some homework. I see. Hey, if you bring in Aaron, he's gonna get some people from that roster. Maybe get Antoine Randall Els to be the wide receiver coach. We've been talking about Prince. Coach Prince. He's just too nice with his route runnings, and he is no aggressive approach to the ball. Right. So you get Antoine Randall Els over here as the wide receiver coach. And if you get Mark Brunell as the quarterback's offensive coordinator, whatever he is inspired to do, steal some of the people from the Lions, steal a few people from Kansas City. Yeah, man, we'll be all right. Yeah. I like that.
And I like, I keep Greg Ellis. And
keep a few.
The D-line guy.
Yeah. Scanina. Yeah, Jeff Scanina.
You go to Al Harris. Look. He make Al Harris the defensive coordinator with him and Al Harris, because he going to make Al Harris make his corners play bump and run. Them corners ain't going to be playing out. Now there's more pressure on the you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that'll help you. But now if he go the route with goofball, then that's what I say. Okay, goofball. You can bring back most of your staff. You beat him out, bring Al Harris back. But then you go get what's our linebacker? They used to play. They know the call play. They used to play for the Cowboys. They used to always get hurt.
Sean Lee. Yeah.
You go get Sean Lee, make him the linebacker, because that way he'll make all our linebackers be smart and they'll know where to go.
Put Sean Lee in the press box, though. I don't want nobody to run into him on the sideline.
And then, you know what I'm saying? You keep Al Harris. You sign him before Fat Boy try to sign him. Make him your defensive coordinator. If he gonna do that, you already have a good staff, but change that halfback coach, the receiver coach, and the line coach, and build. And then you sign. We got the rights to our punt returner, so I'm not worried about that.
Kevontae Turpin. Yeah.
So then that way, and then but if Kellen Moore don't be in his pride, Kellen Moore. You still one of them Detroit players, and you put your play column with them. Now you cooking.
You cooking, man. You in the kitchen.
Now the Cowboys, you see what I'm saying? Now the Cowboys fan won't be panicking. Or you get one of them Shanahan's players to go with you, change your routes up, and then I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you come in here with that same dumb play calling, you're gonna make. I'm gonna tell you something, Law.
Third and curls.
You gonna make everybody hate Dak Prescott. I'm telling you, the man almost
too late.
Got a lot of pressure.
It's too late for that.
If you bring Kellen Moore in there and try to play them stupid play calling, and Dak start throwing all them interceptions, Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott, man, you gonna light this place on fire, man. I'm telling you right now.
Oh yeah.
And that foolish old man, goofball owner, his name is Goofball now. And if he come in with this foolishness, with that pride, he gonna destroy this Cowboy. He gonna pride. He gonna 4 years. He gonna waste all them young players' years, and we never gonna win ever.
Man, no doubt.
I'm just telling. I'm being straight up, bro.
Yes, indeed.
So this is. But I would rather have your boy from Detroit, because he gonna make our corners play tough. They scheme is cold blooded. Them linebackers. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going? Then you get their offense. The offense gonna be more. Now you got a chance to win. But Jerry Jones, it seemed like he'd be jealous of the coaches.
No doubt.
Man, let the coaches win. Do he want to win, Law?
Man, we want to win.
Or he want to say, I did it. I don't want to put this team. That's what he want to do, Law. That's what he want to do. I'll put this team together.
Yeah.
And your team you've been putting together been choking, boy.
Choking.
You ain't
Choke.
got no dogs.
Choke on. Choke on. Choke on. Choke.
They already got puppies.
Yeah. Them damn Shih Tzus, man. You go over some of them female houses back in the day. They had a damn Shih Tzu. The ankle bikers. They have all of the heart in the world until you do like this. You step on them, it'd be a trail of urine. Shout out to the Shih Tzus. And Pomeranians.
When a dog be acting tough, and then a little cat come by and hit him, he like,
That's been the Cowboys for the last few years, man. The Pomeranians look so cute. The Pomeranians look so cute. They cute. They cute. But
and we gonna get mad because it's a setup, y'all. If y'all think Kellen Moore y'all think Philadelphia winning because of Kellen Moore, you guys are delusional.
No, I got something for what they are.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Right, man.
Yeah.
Show, man. How about them Cowboys and all the Cowboy fans? Let's pray.
Let us pray, man. Appreciate you, man. That's Marv right there. MJ. Yeah, it's like a double entendre, with his name. Because technically, when we have Coach Marv in, we give him the title in there, but since Marv was just doing his thing, we had to revamp it up a little bit and put this one up here. He's Coach Marv. We got two Marvs in the community. I just call him MJ. Some people call him Magic City Marv. But at the time, hey, he was cooking enough to be Coach Marv. So it's a double entendre right there. Come on with it. So with that being said, Darius, Lou done paid me $100. And on top of that, Smooth JT Taylor, no relation to Joy, by the way, no relations according to that. Damn. Yeah, no relations that he paid up $100. So as soon as I get off of this live, I'm going to send it your way. And don't forget about the founder's fee. For me holding this money, I got to do some escrow fees for you. But Ferrari Marv, they got a whole bunch of names out there. But, man, it's been a pleasure talking to y'all beautiful people. If you have not done this already, and you say that you're a supporter of Law Nation, and you have not downloaded the Underdog Fantasy or UnderdogFantasy.com and using my promo code LAW. Come on, man. What are you doing, man? I thought y'all said y'all support the nation. I thought y'all said y'all was with the nation. Shame. Come on, man. So be sure to support the nation by, without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, to be sure to help out the people that sponsor this show. And For sure. If you're ever in a fender bender and if you're ever in a car wreck, we hope all is well. But there's always this that you can do, is hit the rewind button and make sure that you subscribe to Law Nation Sports, follow Law Nation Sports, and understand if you ever need that rewind button, what to do.
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frenkel, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt, Gene, Scott, and Mark, man, y'all be sure to check them out. On the way out, be sure, if we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart, and let's continue to grind and shine. Shout out to all of the callers that called in. Let's continue to roll with this. We got a show that's about to go live in a few with me and AOC. Attack on the Cowboys, discussing this same factor of prime to Dallas and who we should go get. So check out his page or his channel. The video should be operating at 1:30-ish. So shout out to Attack on the Cowboys, formerly known as Dak Attack. So we working on something. Let me know whether or not that's a good show for you guys to consider to joining and watching. Shout out to you, Gerald, for sending $20 for the Cash App. And I think that we got Chris Hayes or C. Hayes. Don't know if you Charles Hayes or Chris. This is my benevolence offering for the pastor. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. Yeah. Thank you so much for your support. And we got a $10 super chat from Tyman. He states that it's time for change. Change you can believe in. The first black head coach to lead us to the promised land, okay, would be legendary. Sign me up, whether it's Prime, Glenn, or Salah. Okay. Appreciate you. Crash that like button, y'all, and then call Frenkel. Yeah. I don't give a dog whether the coach is orange, yellow, green, blue, white, black, darker hue, however you want to look at it. Because I know for sure, if they are a real Cowboy fan, and if they love the Cowboys, when you cut them, they shall bleed silver and blue, like those that's watching this right now. Put in the chat of your support of the nation with a blue heart if you can, or a white heart or a silver heart, whatever the emojis allows you to put in like Verdi just did. I need to know where your support would be, regardless of the race of the coach, the race of the owner. Because there's only one true race, and that's the race of being a Dallas Cowboys super fan like you guys are. Everybody else, they're scrabbling and scraping. That's why they're here. That's why when I look around, I'm seeing James. No one follows the star as much as he do. He's saying, fly, Eagles, fly. Let them fly. Because as much as they fly, they would never fly above the stars. Yes, indeed. Eagles fly below the stars. So they would love to be around the stars. That's why they are here, trying to gravitate and get some of this information that the star-studded Law Nation is bringing and blessing him to his ears. But I will say this, if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. But when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone. You see, raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I'll ride with brother, roll with brothers. How about them Cowboys, huh? The morals of life: live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. You see, they would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Ain't this right, James? Because deep down in your heart, we already know that you got some type of silver and blue around the heart, because you're here taking a part of what the Cowboys are bringing to the table. Come on with it. I know you want some action, but at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, people follow us for a reason. They follow us because they want to be us. They admire us. Some of your biggest haters are your biggest supporters. Because at one point in time, baby, for their mind, they supported the Cowboys. You see, you can find pictures of Kevin Hart in a silver and blue shirt. And that's before he was famous. But by him being famous now, he said, yeah, I'm an Eagles guy. But we know what's in the heart. And that even rhymes for Kevin. Come on, Hart. Come on, baby. The only color that matters in Jerry world is green. I feel you. Shout out to you, Jerry. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you all from the way you want or the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. In the words of Prime Time for Your Mind. Let's walk on out of it.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah. Come on with it, baby. One love, man. I love y'all to the stars and back. And if you think that's not far away, look up the closest star next to us. Just know that I love you all the way to that star and back. Come on. Do y'all love me the same way? Come on, baby. Yeah.
No drip is wet. Time to run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might
yeah.
But first die. Stretch.
Come on.
Run it on.
Yeah. Y'all love me too. I love y'all. Come on with it. Yeah.
No drip is
come on with it.
Run it on.
Yeah.
No sleep, no rest.
Come on.
Might crash, might but first die. Stretch. Tell them run it on. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely.
All right.
Turned to a savage. Now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my own.
He said I love my fans.
I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone out there.
Number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
McGrady!
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call Law lazy. I put in hours.
And they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation. Come on.
I wake
Law. Flex on me, baby.
No drip this.
Come on.
Tell them
run it up.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first die. Stretch. Tell them run it.
Who's stretching with me?
I wake up.
Law.
Thumb down that
Nation.
No drip this.
Come on.
Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first die. Stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on with it, baby.
Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried.
Come on.
One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
All right.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Come on with it.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Live up to my name.
I wake up,
Law.
thumb down that.
Yeah.
No drip this.
Gotta run it up, baby.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first die. Stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex. Thumb down that. Check.
Come on.
No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first die.
Until next time, DC for life. One love. If we offended anyone, oh my goodness, get them up off the string, Candyman. If we offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. DC for life, baby.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night.
It's an evil world we live in.
Come on, let's slow it down just a little bit. Yeah. Come on. Shout out to you, Albert, Raheem O'Neal, C-Lo's 2136 in the mix. Let's get it. The name of that song is absolutely Run It Up by NDHD. You put that in the title on YouTube, you'll find the show or that song. Run It Up and review it. Yeah. Save the last bite for you. What we tell them, baby? Don't let the street lights hit you. It's danger, baby.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Come on.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Could
I be on?
play it too.
I follow. Come on with you, Gracia. Shout out to Sadiq. Appreciate everybody, man. It should be live on a TAC show, if not the collective, collectively speaking. Let me double check. And another one. Come on with it. Or says 7 wonders. Not Steven. Come on with it.
Don't
Let the street lights hit you.
all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone.
yo. She swallow. Oops, wrong song.
Whatever you do,
Play a tune. Thank you. And remember,
if a paper crane can fly,
I know y'all be singing along, huh? I know y'all be singing along.
so far. If a paper crane can fly,
come on,
then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
That's better for you, ice cold cowboy. Until next time, DC for life.